back through the session. So now we are discussing about industrial development. Okay. So industrial policy resolution. Okay. So in 1956, our Indian came up with new policies. After industrial policy in 1948, Indian economy had to face a series of economic and political change, which necessitated the need for a fresh industry policy for the country. Then what happened? So 30th April 1956, a second industrial policy resolution was adopted in India. So what is industrial policy means? The rules, the regulations, the procedures, what we are following, what we are about to follow, that we will call it as industrial policy. For example, now you can see the industry, those who want to do work, who want to do business, they need to register themselves. Yeah, registration. If it is FMCG items, okay, what they have to do, they need to get what certificate from food corporation. Yes, yes or no? Then if it is helmet or steel, any other what items we need, what ISI, right? The ISI quality certificate, registration certificate. Often we need to do auditing. Okay, so if a company is polluting too much, okay, it will be what sued by whom? This environmental ministry. So like that, lot of changes came in the year 1956. There are three classification of industries. Okay, so we all know very well, right? So primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Okay, so here there are three schedule. Okay, according to industrial policy resolution in 1956, the industrial industries were reclassified into three categories: schedule A, B, C. So we will discuss one by one. So these are the three industries. First one, schedule A. This first category comprised industries which would be executive owned by state. In this schedule 17, industries were included like arms, ammunitions, then atomic energy, heavy and core industries, aircraft, oil, railway, shippings. Okay. First, Patamnaka, the 17 kind of industries that will totally comes under the government. Okay. Yes or no? So oil industries, Indian Oil Corporation, under government, Hindustan, and the light. Then what electricity, then arms. So in ordnance factory in Aruvangadu, I think it is there in Kunnur, Uti. Okay, there we can find a ordnance factory. What they will manufacture, they will factor this. That means this weapons. Okay, weapons used by our Indian Army. So atomic energy like Kudangalam nuclear power plant, then Neyveli power plant. These two the things comes under central government, and also various industries, shipping, railways, all these sectors which comes under Schedule A. So first category comes under what? All these things owned and operated by this is the government. Okay, next one is Schedule B is the 12 industries. Okay, இதில் வந்து பார்த்தோம்னாக்க 17 industries here 12 industries were placed which would be progressively state owned. So the state would take initiative of setting up industries, and private sector will supplement efforts of the state. The schedule includes industries like aluminum, other mining industries, machine tools, fertilizers. Okay, fine here. So first schedule A, it is 100% owned and operated by the state government. Here B, again it is that there are 12 categories of industries comes under in schedule B. Okay, here government alone it's operated, but Private sectors, they are outsourcing. Outsourcing. What do you mean by outsourcing? For example, one small example, let me share you this road construction. So road construction என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க? Actually, the national highways, it is comes under central government, so they will construct. But who will do? They will give tender. Yes or no? L&T and some other various big companies, construction companies, they will take that project and they will complete that task. Yes or no? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So this flyovers and bridges, the L&T will take those projects and they will complete it. So here, this private industries, they are supporting or they are outsourcing them. So this kind of categories of industries consider Schedule B. Then Schedule C. This schedule consists of remaining industries which were to be in private sector. So the state would facilitate the encourage the development of all industries. Okay, these industries were controlled by state through a system of license enforcement under Industrial Development Act 1951. Fine. So Schedule C. So there are three schedules. Schedule A is 100% owned and built and operated by our Indian government, and Schedule B. Okay, Schedule B. It is owned by owned and operated by government, but some things will be outsourced by about private sectors. And Schedule C is the thing, whatever the things left out, இதெல்லாம் வந்து இப்போ government வந்து பண்ணாம இருக்கோ, and all those activities will be carried over by private sector, but they need to do what? They need to do they need to undergo the proper, like they need to take license, and what are all the rules regulations framed by government, they need to do accordingly. Okay, fine, got it.
Yes, sir.
So now fine. So first, industrial license. I think you all know very well about license, yeah? Yes. Yes, have
Yes,
you
sir.
all seen license? Even in grocery shops, from grocery shops to companies, they need license. Yes. Let me share you now. Okay, even you can see this Chennai Silks, அந்த மாதிரி பெரிய பெரிய even showrooms, they will do. They will have. They need to register themselves in the government. Yes. Okay, fine. So just a minute, guys. Just I'm searching for you. So in showrooms, even shops, even for a jewelry shop, what they need to do, they need to register themselves, and they need to get a license. And people, those who are doing trading for that also, they need to get a license. Okay. So even for food in hotels, they need to get license, right? Yes. Have you ever seen in a hotel what kind of license they have? FSSAI. FSSAI means what? Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. Okay, FSSAI. Have you all seen that FSSAI?
Yes, sir.
So all the even biscuits. Okay, so even if you buy a biscuit, they will have what a FSSAI certificate. So without that, they can't able to what sale. Yes or no? So you can see this is what the license, the food license. Okay, food industries, hotel industries. Anyone they are dealing with the hotel industries, they need to register themselves with FSSI. Okay, that is Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. So whatever may be the eatable items, we need to register under them. Okay, if it is any company, we need to register the company according to Companies Act. So all these things, rules and regulations, okay, should was framed in the year 1956. Okay, let us back to the topic now. So fine. So here license. Okay, first, why we need license according to 1951 Act. Okay, so if we need to set a new company, or else already we have company. Okay, this is the year in 1950 to 1990. Okay, now it is not so. So the rules implemented by our Indian government between these years. Okay, so the continuity of this chapter will be there in next chapter also. So please listen to me. Actually, in 1940s, during the eve of independence, in chapter one, what we have discussed, the industry, there was a totally the downfall in industrial sector, right? There was no handicraft, no
Yes,
one. They take all our raw material and they will give it us back as a finished goods for high price, and we can't able to compete with the water British people's product. Why? Because everything their product was machine made one. So for machine made, they can able to sell at very cheaper price. So these are all the thing totally what downfall of our industrial sector. To come over from that, our Indian government had taken a lot of initiativeness. Among that, these are all the things. Okay, the very first thing is what? If we need to set a new company, we need to get license. Or else already we had a company, we're going for expansion or extension. Okay, so expansion. Already we have one branch. If we need to go for another one, we need to get license. So diversification of products. What do you mean by diversification? For example, you can see Tata. They are manufacturing what? Steel. Okay, but they want to start manufacturing salt. So this is what diverse. Okay, so this is SALT. Sorry, yes, I just wrote wrongly. So if they want to manufacture instead of steel to in salt, they this is what diversification. So they need to get license from the what government. So according to industrial licensing, okay. So what they are saying, according to industrial licensing, no new industry was allowed unless a license is obtained from the government. Okay, if we didn't take any license, without license, we can't run a industry. That is the first thing. It was easier to obtain license in industry unit was established in economically backward area. Okay, for economically backward, just now I told you. Suppose if I want to open a industry in rural rural area in the sense, okay, in rural area, and we can able to get subsidies. Okay, you can see it is easier to obtain license if the industries units was established in economically backward area. In such units were given certificate concession such as tax benefits and electricity, uh, electricity at lower tariff. Okay, they will give electricity benefits, tax concession benefits for whom? When we are about to start a business in economically backward area, okay, or even rural area. Okay, so license was needed even if an existing industry want to expand out. Okay, or diversify production. License to expand production was given only if the government was convinced that there is need for larger quantity of goods in the economy. Okay, fine. So already you can take both these Chennai Silks. They have already won what branch in what Coimbatore. In case if they want to expand, they need to get another license compulsory. Okay. So if diversification, like once we have registered company means nowadays it is not necessary to get license for each and every expansion or diversification. The very first time at the time of opening company we need to get a license, but in 1950 to 1990 for everything we need a license. Okay, are you all there following me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Next one, SSI, small scale industries. So in 1955 the village and small scale industries committee, there is Carvey committee, recognized the possibility of using small scale industries to promote rural development. Okay, what do you mean by rural? Economically backward area or else outer region. Okay, so village. So all those people things will consider rural area. A small scale industry is defined with reference to maximum investment allowed on the assets of unit. This limit has changed from rupee 5 lakhs in 1950 to present limit rupees 1 crore. Okay. 1950 வந்து பார்த்தோம்னாக்கா small scale industries வந்து 5 lakhs. Okay. 5 lakhs will be considered now. Minimum they have raised up to 1 crore. Okay, fine. So here, what small scale industries? Okay, so small scale industries, what they will do? So they can do maximum investments. Okay, but those days in 1950 it was 5 lakh, but now it is 1 crore rupee. They are okay, fine. The first one is, what is the use of SSI, small scale industries? For example, in Kandambalem, they open a small scale industry. So what people resides in Kandambalem, they will do, they will get employment opportunity. Yes. So like you have you all seen Perundarai? Perundarai, it is okay, very famous for water. A lot of companies. Yeah. Yes. I think on the way to Coimbatore, we will or Tirupur, we will cross Perundarai. So we can find plenty of industrial units there, and also in Tirupur. So why people are migrating from Karur, Trichy, or else some other places to like places like Chennai, Bangalore, Coimbatore? Why? Because there they will get job opportunity. So here, what happened? So small scale industries are more labor intensive. Okay, labor intensive means what? Where we have studied. There are two intensive: capital intensive technique, labor intensive technique, right? In microeconomics, we have studied micro. So labor intensive means what? In small scale industries, maximum we will not go for machines. We will go for what? Labor. So or else manpower. Okay. So we won't look forward for what machine powers. Okay. So what happen if it is a labor intensive unit, in the sense more people will get job. Okay, they use more labor than the large scale industries, and therefore They generate more employment. After agriculture, small scale industries provided employment to the large number of people in India. Okay, so next to agriculture, SSI give lot of job opportunities to our Indian citizens. The need for protection from big firms. Okay, nowadays you can see a lot of big firms are there, right? Yes, especially like Reliance Fresh. Okay, yes, Smart Trends. Okay, Trends. Who is the owner of Trends? We can find in so many places, right? Trends, Reliance. Okay, so and these people are big giants. What they will do? So what happened? One small example. Let me discuss. Amazon. Yes, he was even Amazon. Okay, so once Amazon entered in our Indian market, Amazon and Flipkart, what happened? They started selling product at very cheaper price. Yes, yes. Why? What's the reason? Hello, guys. I'm audible. Are you all there? So if it is in MRP rate, இருக்கீங்களா எல்லாம்? Are you all
Yes,
there,
sir.
guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Abhishek, are you there? Brinda,
Yes,
Darshan.
sir.
Okay. So two
Yes,
of them
sir.
left. One is Kavishri, who is the another person. Vigneshwaran இருக்காரு, கிருபாநிதியா, யோகேஷ் இருக்காங்க. Who is the another person? Sudarshan. Yes, that fellow. He is not here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, let's back to the session now. So here, big industries என்ன பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க? They started what controlling the market. So அவங்க கிட்ட இருந்த இந்த small industries காப்பாத்துறது யாருன்னு பார்த்தோம்னாக்க government. Okay, how we will see. So small scale industries cannot compete with big industries. Okay, so they can flourish only when they are protected from the large firms. Okay, so very big companies or giants. Okay, அவங்கெல்லாம் இருக்கும்போது என்ன பண்ண முடியாது? Small companies they can't able to compete against them. But அவங்க வந்து they can be safe when they got protection from those big industries. Okay, here. So how they got? There are so various steps were taken by government to for their growth. Okay, government taken some initiatives to protect this small scale industries. What are they? First one is reservation of product. What do you mean by reservation? So government என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க? They will come forward and they will book various commodities from small scale industries. Reservation. For example, you know very well about that, right? In trains, we will reserve the ticket and we will travel. In the sense, it is already booked. The place is already booked for you, so you can travel without any issues. Okay, or else hassle. So here what happened? So to protect the small scale industry, what happened? Government they came forward and they reserved the products whatever they are manufactured. That government will buy from them to safeguard from the what big industries. Okay, so government reserved production and production of number of products from the small scale industries. The criterion for reserving products depends on the ability of these units to manufacture the goods. Okay, the next one is various concessions. So SSI were also given concessions such as excess duty, bank loan at lower rate of interest. Okay, so here concessions, that means it is a some benefits from the government. They can get loans for purchase of machineries, or else any business development loans from commercial banks. So all these initiative steps was taken by our Indian government to develop small scale industries. Any doubts, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.